To start, I'm going to take off the wheel. If you have a hubcap and the little lug nut caps, go ahead and take those off with a 19mm. If not, just go ahead and take off the lug nuts with a 19mm. Remove the wheel. To get this parking brake cable off, I'm going to use a pry bar. Very gently pry right here to lift the lever. Pull the end of the cable down and out like that. Let go of the lever. There you go. Your cable's out. Now we have to get it out of here. Next, I'm going to grab this with locking pliers. Don't squeeze it too tight, just enough to get a nice grip on it. Then with a screwdriver, press in on the tab over here. There should be another one on the other side. There we go. Pull this cable out of here. Set that aside. Next, I want to loosen up the banjo bolt, or break it free at least. That way, once the caliper is off, I can easily remove it without working too hard. Break it free. Fluid's going to start coming out. That's fine. Close it up. Of course, you want to have a collection bucket underneath. Now at least it's broken free, so it'll be easier to take off when the caliper gets swapped over. At the top of the caliper, right here, you'll see a 13mm bolt. Let's remove that. There we go. And another 13mm bolt right here. Let's remove this one as well. Take the caliper off, set it aside somewhere where it can't fall, and you definitely don't want to put any pressure on this brake hose. Let's separate the new caliper from the new bracket. 14mm socket. Take the two bolts out. Set this aside, and let's work on this to get it ready for installation. You want to put grease on here. A nice thin layer is all you need. You don't want a lot. You don't want it to squeeze out into the rotor. Then you'll have issues. And cover this whole area where the anti-rattle clips sit. With that done, take the clip, press it on, make sure it goes on all the way, flip it over, do the same thing over here, take the other clip, press it down all the way. Now let's take the slider pins, pull the boot off of them, and let's add some grease. I like to add some inside the boot. That's going to act as a reserve of grease for when it's needed. You can't put a lot on the slider, otherwise it'll get washed off as you try to insert it. Put some on the slider pin. Make sure you get some in that ridge up here. That's where the boot seals up. You want that to be nice and watertight. Put the slider in, squeeze out the excess air, and do the same to this one on the other side. I like to do them one at a time because one of them, you'll see in a second, has a little rubber boot on it, and you want that to stay in the same hole that it came out of. So this one did not have it, which means this one's going to have it. Yep, there you go. And it's there for a reason. You don't want to mix them up. Put the pin in, give it a couple twists to work the grease in, wipe off the excess, and this is now ready to get installed. Take the new caliper bracket, line it up with the bolt holes, and let's start the bolts in. Snug these up and then torque them to 96 foot-pounds. By the way, if you're going to put anything on the threads, put thread locker, not anti-seize or grease. Let's take the pads out of the old caliper. Just slide them out. The inner pad is going to be the one with the wear indicator, which goes on the top, and the outer pad does not get a wear indicator. Put a little bit of grease on the face of the piston here. This will help the pads operate quietly and smoothly, and do the same to these two ears here. Take your new caliper, slide it over, line up the two bolts, start them on. Let's torque these to 26 foot-pounds. That's it right there. If you happen to use pliers, make sure you don't crush the boot. You don't want to damage it. To prepare this caliper for the brake hose, remove these two washers and the banjo bolt. Leave one washer on the bolt. Now take your old caliper. Let's remove the banjo bolt and the hose off of it. Fluid will come out, so make sure you have a collection bucket ready to catch it all. Okay, set this aside. Make sure that no crush washer is left on the hose. This one doesn't have any, and it's nice and clean, so I'm good to reinstall my new bolt with a crush washer. And then on the other side, before you put it onto the caliper, insert the other crush washer. Now put it onto the caliper, line it up. Let's start it on. Tighten it up. Once it bottoms out, I like to go about half a turn with the wrench, which is right about here from where it was bottomed out. Basically what you want to do is just crush those copper washers, and that's what makes a nice tight seal. Let's clean it off. And the reason it's important to clean it all off is so that you know that you don't have a leak. You don't want residual fluid there, because then you won't know if there's a leak or if it's residual fluid. Let's open up the bleeder screw to let gravity pull the fluid down and push the air out. Take off this little cap with a 10mm wrench, open this up. And again, let gravity do its thing. After gravity pulled fluid through and you have a steady trickle, then we can move on to a full manual brake bleed, which consists of first topping off your master cylinder if it's not already full. Then you have a second person inside the vehicle pumping up the brake pedal and then holding pressure after a few pumps. With pressure being held, you want to open up the bleeder screw. Fluid and potentially the air will come out. Once the pedal has reached the floor, close this up, pump up the brakes again, hold pressure, and then open up the bleeder, and just repeat this process until you have no more air bubbles coming out of the bleeder screw. After that, you can top off your master again, and then you're all set. But for now, we'll wait for the gravity bleed, and while we wait for that, I'm actually going to reattach the parking brake cable. So let's do that. To attach this cable, put the actual cable through here, snap it in over here, and then you can push this lever up. With this pushed up, insert the cable into its slot, let go of it. Now we'll just keep waiting for the gravity bleed until we have a steady trickle of fluid. Okay, as you can see, we have a nice steady trickle of fluid here. So let's close up the bleeder. No more air bubbles, nice and snug. Now you can perform your full manual brake bleed. And after you're done with that, go ahead and clean up the mess. Put the little boot back on to cover up the bleeder. Let's get the wheel on. Let's get the wheel back on. Start on all 5 of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 100 foot-pounds. And then of course, if you have a hubcap, you would put that on after. Mine's missing, but basically has little plastic 19mm caps. You can just screw it onto the lug nuts.